There comes a moment in every human life when we refaced with the silence that follows rejection. That moment is raw, unforgiving. It strips away everything we thought we were, what we built ourselves upon, what we were praised for, what we believed made us lovable, valuable, seen. But here's the paradox. Rejection isn't just the closing of a door. It's the collapse of a mask. The moment rejection removes that validation we once clung to. The identity buried beneath our performance, our charm, our achievements, it's exposed to the surface. It's exposed, demands to be looked at. And this goes even deeper, because in that instant what you feel is not simply the pain of someone saying no. It's the collapse of a self-concept, the one you built for years, perhaps decades. The version of you that was created not from your truth, but from approval, survival, and social rewards. We all carry that version. The good student, the talented one, the beautiful one, the strong one, the funny one. That identity gets shaped from external feedback. And as long as the world keeps applauding, we keep wearing the costume. But when the applause stops, we're left with ourselves. And that's where the work begins. You see, rejection doesn't just hurt, it reveals. It calls out the parts of ourselves that have gone unexplored, the parts that are fragile, shaky, dependent on other people's recognition to feel real. And so when the curtain is torn down and the validation is gone, a deeper question surfaces. Who am I when no one is clapping? What part of me still holds value when there's no one there to notice? That moment right there, that uncomfortable identity-stripping moment, is the birthplace of authenticity. It's not a flaw, it's a signal. It's a precise, almost divine signal, showing you where your identity is begging to evolve. So instead of fleeing from that discomfort, listen to it, lean into it. Because what it's trying to show you is sacred. It's pointing to the blueprint of your next becoming. The new form of you that no longer relies on applause to stand tall. Let's take a pause here. Think back to your most painful rejection, be it in love, in friendship, in work, in family. What did it show you about where your self-worth was anchored? Was it in being needed? Was it in being admired? Was it in being irreplaceable? Maybe what you thought was strength was actually dependency dressed up as virtue. Maybe what you called confidence was actually approval addiction. If rejection makes you angry or defensive, if it hits you like a personal attack, then maybe, just maybe, you've built an identity where your value is fragile. That doesn't make you weak. It makes you human. But it also means your confidence might be conditional. It could be tethered to how many people like your post, how many compliments you get, how successful your career looks, how attractive people tell you you are. That's not sustainable. Because anything that's built on condition is destined to crack when the winds of life change direction. And they always do. So here asks the question. What would it look like to build an identity that is rooted not in applause, not in appearance, not in achievement, but in essence? What if your value didn't fluctuate with opinion? What if your worth didn't deflate with rejection? What if the next time you were turned down or passed over, instead of spiraling, you simply said, "This is showing me where I still seek permission to be myself," because that's the truth. Rejection reveals where you're still waiting for the world to grant you permission to exist fully. And ironically, it's through rejection that many people finally stop asking. They stop begging for approval and start claiming their truth. So let's talk about this moment of transformation. It starts small, quiet. It might come as a whisper in the dark. What if I, Dan D, need to be chosen to be worthy? Once you hear it, really hear it, your life begins to shift. You start showing up differently. You stop trying to be who they want. You start being who you are. You set boundaries. You follow passions that don't get applause. Begin to love the version of you that is quiet and slow and unpolished. You realize confidence isn't loud, it's rooted. It's knowing you're enough even when you're unseen. It's being steady in the storm. And that steadiness, that's magnetic. And here's something powerful. You stop seeing rejection as a personal attack and start seeing it as divine redirection. Rejection isn't the universe punishing you. It's the universe preserving you from people, paths, and purposes not meant for your expansion. Not every no is a wound. Some no's are blessings with thorns, gifts wrapped in fire. And when you begin to recognize that, rejection becomes revelation. Revelation of what's truly for you. Revelation of who you've been hiding beneath layers of performance. Revelation of the version of you who is finally ready to be birthed not from applause, but from truth. Let's be honest, this is not an easy road. Shedding old selves, losing approval, standing in your own presence, it's painful. It's disorienting. There will be days you feel invisible, misunderstood, alone. But those are the days your real identity is being forged, because you're finally not running from silence. You're listening to it. And that silence has wisdom. It tells you what the world cannot. That you were enough before the trophies. You were beautiful before the compliments. That you were worthy before anyone said so. And when that becomes your baseline, you become unshakable. Let rejection do its work. Let it strip what was false. Let it burn away what was built on sand, because what remains, what rises from the ashes is the real you. The real you doesn't need validation to shine. The real you is already whole, already enough, already home. So the next time you feel that sting of rejection, remember, it's not a flaw, it's a signal, portal to evolution.